fireworks in Hawaii goes back a long tradition. I'm going to guess it a large part of because of a large part of Hawaii has a Chinese cultural heritage. Chinese and fireworks and New Year's like they go together. So New Year's has been a huge thing for fireworks, much bigger than the 4th of July, than Independence Day. So I have my wife and I were cruising around and on YouTube, and I found this amazing video of this amazing an amazing fireworks show. And I want to first give a shout out to Hawaii John. There's the YouTube link there, youtube.com/@Hawaii John. I want to show you all the amazing light show, the amazing fireworks show that we attended. So check this out. It might be a little bit dark, but I want you all to look at this. Okay, look at this amazing light show. Y'all see those fireworks over there? It may be hard to see, and you see there's like police. There's cops on the there's police cars on the left and right, but look at that array of fireworks. That is right around midnight. So if you want a free, amazing fireworks show on Oahu, just drive down a certain part of the freeway at midnight, and you're going to see this. You're going to see fireworks going bonkers, the entire state. The whole state was lit up. Right, I'm sure the whole state was lit up, but certainly the whole island was lit up at midnight. And fireworks here's the fun part, right? This is the great one for you, Dylan, right? Fireworks are illegal. They're illegal in Hawaii. And the most illegal fireworks of all are aerials. Aerials were always illegal, even back when fireworks were legal. A long time ago, fireworks were legal in Hawaii one time. And even back when fireworks were legal, aerials were massively illegal. So I just thought it was a trip. And I think the funny part is that one of these sort of unintended consequences, right, of that. A long time ago, fireworks were legal. You could have walked into, CVS. I remember walking to, I don't know about you guys, but I remember walking to CVS and buying a ginormous roll of 10,000 firecrackers, literally 10,000. It was a giant roll. And I would, bring it and unroll it and, let it rip. And everybody was letting it rip. And you would drive around the next day and the streets were red. They were all red because of all the paper, of all the fireworks. Now they're illegal. So everyone's doing aerials instead. More illegal, more dangerous, more fire prone, more everything. I don't know. Anybody Dylan, why don't we kind of go, throw any comments on about the fireworks? Heidi, you said you saw the fireworks. Were they legal or illegal fireworks? I'm going to guess they were mostly illegal fireworks. The fireworks show from your lanai. Dylan, what's is Big Island legal or illegal fireworks though?
It varies county to county. So Big Island, you still can get fireworks like the sparklers and the fountains and then the firecrackers on the rolls. You can still get those. You actually need a permit for those. You got to pay the county like $25 to get a permit to get the firecrackers. It's kind of silly. So they've modified them and made different types now where it doesn't make as much trash. So that's nice. But yeah, I mean, we've talked about it in the past, right? Like, I mean, just the complete government failure it's funny when they make something illegal and it's like just the most ridiculous display of defiance that you've ever seen. But I heard a really interesting perspective on this from Augie Toba, a city councilman on Oahu. And if you guys don't know who he is, he's actually an entertainer, a comedian, really funny guy, really smart guy. And I'm really glad somebody like that got elected to the county council because, a lot of times you wouldn't see somebody, that celebrity type or somebody who's been a jokester his whole life get elected, but he's really good perspectives and really smart guy. And he posted a video talking about, are we really living paycheck to paycheck? Are we really struggling? Are we really being priced out of paradise when we can spend? Because as I have lots of personal experience with people who buy these illegal fireworks, and they are extremely expensive. I mean, you can one shot can be several $100s. One cake that does the aerial things can be several $100s. So you can easily spend $5,000 or $6,000 to have that kind of show at your house, and you're literally just burning it, right? I mean, so it's an interesting perspective on, if things are really as bad as everybody says it is, then how are we spending like literally millions and millions and millions of dollars if you aggregate all of the illegal fireworks that are purchased and blown off at midnight? How bad off are we? Because these neighborhoods that you're driving through are not rich neighborhoods, right? These are like the middle class, normal neighborhoods that have the craziest. I mean, if you go on like the super high-end gated communities, they're not doing this stuff, right? This is like the regular local folks that
well, that's a testament to priorities. So they could still be poor and borderline homeless, but this is about priorities.
I guess.
Well
And you're
said,
not
Ashley.
and you're not putting illegal fireworks on your credit card, right? You're buying them with cash. So it's like it's not like
You're
you're putting them
buying
on
them with
credit,
cash.
and, you know, so
Yeah. But there's
I
there's sacrifices you'll make. Thou shall not say to make this happen.
apparently.
it's so damn funny, right? Because you know that drive that extra of 30 seconds. I mean, Hawaii John's video goes for 14 minutes. 14 minutes, and it's not like a rolling video. So, and it's just like the whole darn video. My wife and I were like mesmerized, like, holy crap, look at what's going on over here. That's millions of dollars literally going up in smoke, right? Going up in smoke.
I mean,
Uh,
in my neighborhood, it's 45 minutes. I mean, it starts like, you know, maybe 30 minutes, 20 minutes
oh
before
yeah.
midnight, and it goes for, I mean, and it's just constant. I mean, like to have, I mean, it's like $200, $200, you know, like so you can just start racking up the cost. So
So
If
Heidi,
if
what?
you're thinking
Sure.
about how much they cost, you're losing the point.
that's what I'm doing.
But actually, I thought fireworks were legal. I mean, I until a couple days ago when somebody told me, just because they're everywhere and I see people selling them. They're 4th of July, New Year's, tons of fireworks everywhere. I mean, I really genuinely thought they were legal. But
Of
then
course.
I just saw a news article that in the next legislative session, they're going to be evaluating the new task force for enforcing illegal fireworks. Like,
The
so
task force is buying them. If anything, they're taking their cut to get off the top.
but I mean, not everybody in Lahaina this year was really excited about all the fireworks because I mean, there are people and pets that are still pretty traumatized by the wildfires. And
Oh God, yeah.
there were postings on social media like, don't set off fireworks. So I thought I was actually surprised to see as many fireworks as we did, because I know there were some people, you know, really not wanting to have a major display. And watching that video you shared, Peter, I mean, that kind of terrifies me. I don't know if I want to drive down that road with all those fireworks.
Oh, you know, I got to tell you, Heidi, and I am serious. This is going to be the event we're going to do next year. My wife and I next year for New Year's, we're going to go and drive down that. We're going to go and drive down that highway because that is the best fireworks show you could ever possibly have. I mean, I know I don't know if you folks know, but there was like there's cops. There was really a couple of funny things about that video. First of all, there's cops on both sides of the freeway, and the reason why the cops are there in the shoulders is because they don't want people pulling over because people are pulling over to watch the fireworks, so they don't want people pulling over. That was one thing, and then the other funny part about that, really funny, is if you watch the video, you'll see that the leftmost lane is completely empty. It's completely, there are no cars in the leftmost lane of all. All the cars, there's a lot of cars in the rightmost lane and a lot of cars in the center lane. And why is that? Because they want to go slow because they all want to watch the fireworks. It's the new fireworks show. It's the new fireworks show. Heather's here. They start around here when the ball dropped in New York City. Yeah, 6 hours ahead. It got progressively crazier as the night went on. We love it. It helps our dog couldn't be. It helps that our dog couldn't be bothered. You lucky with a dog. I know we used to. Our dog before he passed away, he would, like most dogs was like flipping out because, gigantic booms and, we live in a valley. So, the gigantic ones go off and like the whole house kind of shakes as it reverberates through the valley. But that's all part of the fun, if you can call it fun. Anybody else want to comment on this before we move on to our predictions for 2024? I'd like to hear it. Okay.
We had a major fireworks show at our house. We CBD'd the dog treats and their dog food, and then we lit off fireworks from 6 p.m. to past midnight. We had big 49 cakes and 30 shot cakes, and we had the 50,000 rolls of the firecrackers, and we're in a nice neighborhood too, so it was. The neighbors came out and they're like, wow, this is the best fireworks show we've ever seen. How's that permit? And I was like, it's in the house. But we had like 16 people over, friends, a family. Actually, it was their whole family came over. And yeah, all the kids just got to light stuff off and they were having the time of their lives. And it was so much fun to be in that Hawaii experience because I've been here 13 years and I usually stand on the roof and I just watch the fireworks show around, and to actually feel it and light it and burn my fingers with it was an experience. I enjoyed it.
That's it's so funny because it's so true. I mean, yeah, this is a really interesting thing. It's like, I mean, this again, unintended consequences, right? When the entire culture is fundamentally moving and everybody loves it, not everybody, right? But the overwhelming majority, as you can see by that video, right? The overwhelming majority, this is what everybody has been doing in Hawaii probably for over 100 years, I'll bet. I'll bet if there's some historical parts, it's been going on for over 100 years since the first Chinese immigrants really came to Hawaii. And now I don't know how many years ago it was, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever it was. It's been made illegal and everyone's defiant. And so what happens on New Year's Eve is everyone becomes a criminal. Everyone's a criminal on New Year's Eve. And the police, of course, they're not going to, they can't possibly enforce it. So they're just going to do the best they can to kind of, keep people from pulling over onto the shoulder. It's a weird thing.
There's a few observations that my learning lessons and my, experience in this is, one, there is something environmentally that happens in the island when that much activity occurs and it rains after. So I've always noticed it sprinkles rain after midnight. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that. And then we ended up all cleaning, the area after midnight. And then the very next morning, if you were to do that, we ended up waking up first thing in the morning around sunrise and just raking up our neighbors' yards, and with like a leaf blower and stuff like that when everyone was awake. And we cleaned up all of their yards and we cleaned up everything, because when it goes up into the air, the debris comes down somewhere, right? And I did not know that. I did not know that I would be waking up that early and for like 5 hours cleaning up everyone's yard after. And I don't know if everyone walks around cleaning up their neighbors' yards after, but that was a lot messier than I anticipated. And those little red firecrackers, I want to ban those. Like, I don't like them. They are so loud and obnoxious and messy. And I want the ones that Dylan mentioned that don't have as much debris, because that little red stuff, it just goes everywhere. And they don't come in like 100. They come in like 50,000, 150,000 rollout sheets, and you have to hang them up into a pole, like straight up in the air. And there's a ladder, and he puts a pole and he extends the pole up into, and it's still rolling down the driveway. And it's just like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, why? They're not big and boom in the air and sparkle down. They're not beautiful. They're just loud and messy. I hate those.
That is by design. That all those things are by design.
I guess
design
it's
is
to scare the spirits away for the new year.
You're chasing away the spirits of the new year, and the red is significant as a significant color, and they're meant to color the place. It's supposed to be red. It's red dye. It's distributing. Basically, you're distributing red dye. That's the whole point.
And I'm a hippie. I avoid red dye at all costs.
I would say, Ashley, that you need to invent a green firecracker. That's what you need to do. A green firecracker that like somehow removes CO2 from the atmosphere as it explodes, or something kind of fun like that.
And plants grass as it falls down. Non-invasive grass.
There you go. Yeah, seeds
really
are embedded.
Contradictory statements. I lit firecrackers all night, and I'm a hippie.
All right. Thanks, everybody. This is great stuff.